Good morning. Happy, what is today? Tuesday. I have a squeaky voice today. What's up with that? Good morning. I am Kerri Wade. I am a Reiki master teacher and a hypnotherapist and life coach. I was thinking about what to talk about today before we get to our 40-day journey. And somebody asked me an interesting question the other day. And they asked me, because when I talk about Reiki, I often talk about bringing the body into balance. And somebody said, well, what do you mean by that exactly? What a great question, right? So bringing the body into balance, what I mean by that when I use that in terms of the benefits of Reiki is our stress systems. We basically have a sympathetic system in our body, and that is the fight or flight. That is the one that's ready to take action. Back once upon a time, it might have been in the caveman days when food, like an animal, came into presence, or they were on the hunt. The fight or flight, fight or flight. Are we going to stay and fight, or are we going to run? And that is called the sympathetic system. And the sympathetic system, basically, it will bring you increased focus and alertness. I have to look at my notes here, sorry. I don't want to forget anything. Mental activity and awareness. Heart rate and blood pressure increase. Your muscle contraction increases. Blood sugar increases. It's needed for strength and endurance. Our blood cholesterol and free fatty acids increase. They're required as food. Also, an increase of blood clotting to minimize the effect of any injury, and pupil dilation of the eyes for increased visual activity. In the fight or flight response, the sympathetic activation, we also experience decreased immune system activity to conserve our energy, blood flow to internal organs to increase the blood to the muscles, perception of pain so that we can keep going and until danger is past, and blood flow to the frontal cortex, the logical and rational parts of the brain, so that we react on survival instinct. Now the parasympathetic activation is pretty much the opposite. You have decreased blood pressure, respiratory rate, and heart rate and force of contractions. You increase your stomach, small intestines, and colon activity, digest and move things through. This parasympathetic system is also called the rest and digest time, right? Makes sense? The efficiency of your oxygen use is increased. Alpha brain waves, which indicate deep relaxation with your eyes closed, increases. And a sense of mental and spiritual well-being increases. And so bringing those two systems into balance is really what Reiki is about, because it allows the healing. One of the biggest beliefs of Reiki is that if we can bring the body into such a state of relaxation that we allow the body to heal itself, because we're bringing those systems into balance so that everything is working on a normal beat the way that it should be. Some of the physical and emotional side effects of stress, which we all experience to some degree or another. Physical side effects of stress include heart disease, diabetes, stroke, cancer, pituitary disorder, adrenal exhaustion, sleep disturbances, chronic constipation, stress ulcers, and weight gain, belly fat. Emotional side effects of stress are anxiety and depression, aggression and uncontrolled anger, a closed-off heart, disengaged rational mind, decreased creativity and concentration, focus on fear rather than love, disconnection from our intuition, overwhelmed to the point of a loss of joy, choices based on short-term survival rather than long-term prosperity, and long-term prosperity. Wow. So, in using Reiki, and some people don't really understand what Reiki is or what happens in a Reiki session, so I'm just going to talk about that for a second. Reiki is a spiritual energy. Reiki, R-E-I-K-I, it literally is, I lost my word, defined, translated, that's my word. It is literally translated as Rei, which in Japanese means from God or from the heavens, or spiritual, we say. And Ki is life force energy. And so Reiki is spiritual life force energy. And our bodies are energetic. Everything is energy. Everything is energy. Everything in our world is energy. And so we have the energy within our bodies, the energy that flows through our bodies. It runs things like our chakras, which, that could be a whole nother episode. These are energy centers within our body. There are 7 different chakras. Some believe there's 8. It's also the area around us, also known as like our aura. And Reiki is also working with our aura. It's working with all of those energy centers from the outside in. And what it is basically is it's an energy that I have been attuned to. Anybody who's taken Reiki has been attuned to this energy. And I'm sorry. I'm a frog this morning. I hate frogs. But this life force energy, basically, it does not come from me as the Reiki master. It is from above. Okay, whatever you want to call that. Spirit, God, divine, heaven, angelic, whatever. And the energy passes through me because my body has been attuned to pass this energy through. And it's basically a laying on of hands. And it's a very light touch. There will be several different places on your body that my hands will be and will rest at for a few minutes. And the energy that comes through me is going to go anywhere it's needed in your body. And it's going to go to the place it's needed the most first, regardless of where my hands are, okay? If you've got like one specific issue that you're really worried about, we might work on that more up front or a little longer during the session. For example, if you're having say, digestive issues, then we're going to work on that area of your body a little longer. It works on the physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual levels. And so it works not only for physical issues, but it will also work if you have something going on with you emotionally, perhaps grief, depression, anxiety, anger. It works beautifully on balancing those systems. And remember, those were all part of the emotional symptoms and the side effects of stress. And so we're going to relax those and try to let some of those things go. This Reiki session typically takes about an hour. I usually try to allow at least an hour and 15 minutes because we're going to talk a little bit at the beginning and a little bit at the end. I will share with you any particular things that I noticed. I always start my sessions with checking your chakras, and I end my sessions by checking them again to make sure everything is moving the way it should be. And for me, I love doing that because that's like the biggest confirmation that I can have that what we've just done has change something. I use a pendulum to do that. Sometimes a person's chakras might be spinning just fine, and that's great. I mean, using Reiki for maintenance, really, I mean, that's the perfect use of it. So without having anything going on with you, you want to keep it that way, right? We don't want to wait until, like we talked yesterday about, some places in China, they go to their doctors regularly to keep them operating smoothly. And the doctors are paid very well. When they get sick, the doctors aren't paid because they haven't done their job. And so I just think that's a beautiful philosophy. And if we would just maintain our systems better and do the things that we need to do to facilitate that, isn't that easier than being sick and full of disease and illness and downtime and all the drama and trauma that go with that? So anyway, that's kind of how a Reiki session goes. There are lots of things that Reiki can be used for. Reiki does no harm at all. It will never hurt. It can be used on anybody, no matter what you are going through, whether it be pregnancy, children. Reiki's beautiful on children. It just helps to balance them so much. And Reiki sessions with children are a little bit shorter typically, just because, kids. We all get antsy sometimes, but children like especially so. Animals respond beautifully to Reiki. It can also be done distant, and I've mentioned this before. I can send Reiki energy from a distance. We have special symbols for that, and it works just as well. So maybe you don't get the nice, luscious massage table and gentle touch and the same experience, But if you are not near, or you are not able to see a Reiki master, by all means, please consider distance Reiki. So there's a little bit about Reiki for you. I hope that answers some questions. And what we're looking to do is just to bring that energy within your body and outside of your body into a balance and get it cleared. And typically after a Reiki session, you will feel very relaxed. You will have a very deep sense of balance and well-being. And it's hard to beat. Anybody who experiences it one time will most likely feel addicted to it, because it's really beautiful stuff. So, okay, I'll stop rambling. Let's get on with our 40-day mind fast, soul feast. Oh, and by the way, if you are interested in having a Reiki session, you can schedule on my website, or you can send me a text anytime or direct message. My website is just kerriwade.com. And I have all my services, pricing, and scheduling and everything right on there. So any questions, you can certainly reach out. And I'm happy to work with you. If you are in a place where you feel like you need help, like right now, perhaps you're just having a really emotional day, and you need help right now, please direct message me or text me. My website lets you schedule 24 hours in advance, or you have to schedule 24 hours in advance. If you need help today, though, please call me, and if I possibly can, I will get you in as soon as possible, okay? Because sometimes we have those days where we're at our wit's end, and we're exhausted by it, and if you're like me, it's like once I am done with something, I want to be done, and I want to move on. I want to take action right now and get it over with. So if that's ever the case, please don't hesitate to call me or direct message me, and we will work together to find a right time for you, okay? Day 14, Courting the Infinite. This is from the 40-Day Mind Fast Soul Feast by Michael Bernard Beckwith. I think I started to say that and didn't finish. I interrupted myself, which I do often. The supreme awareness, the intimately felt presence brings with it a rapture beyond joy, a knowledge beyond reason, a sensation more intense than that of life itself. And that is by Radhakrishnan. Radhakrishnan. I don't know who Radhakrishnan is. I hope I said it right. There is a longing within you, a mystical ache to express your intrinsic spiritual self. This inner impulsion lovingly urges you forward until you catch the thought God had at the precise moment it projected you into existence. It is touching to realize that when God thought you, it thought of nothing else but you. You held its whole attention, love, and awareness. When through prayer and meditation you awaken your soul's memory of God's original thought of you, you co-create with the Spirit its unique face appearing as yourself. You are an original work of beauty, light, love, joy, and bliss. You have your own personal and intimate relationship with God. It loves you as though you were the only one in the world, because there is only one. As you consciously cultivate this relationship, as you devotedly court the presence within you, you are simultaneously cultivating the original expression of spirit that you are. Conducting this romance with the infinite satisfies and thrills the soul as nothing else can. To court the infinite, you must first cultivate a desire to do so. Then, just as in any relationship, you invest your love, energy, time, and attention. Today, use little gaps of time to practice the presence of God. And when you can, incrementally increase the amount of time you devote to meditation and prayer. The results will astound you. Amen. I love that. Yeah, we've talked before about just starting small. Just starting. Starting is what's so important. Start your daily practice, whether it's you'd like to do it through prayer or through meditation. There's a lot of ways to meditate. You can go for a walk and spend that time talking to God. You can garden and spend that time talking to God. People who do crafts and create art, that is such a meditative experience. It's perfect. We think we have to carve out these big parts of our already too busy lives. And we don't. We need to just take advantage in those moments. If you don't have the Insight Timer app, download it. Download it onto your phone. If you're sitting in the carpool lane, or if you're waiting for your kids at school, you're waiting for a doctor's appointment, you can go in there and choose a meditation for whatever period of time that you have. Carry your little earphones, your little, those little dumb things you put in your ears that are so annoying. Carry those with you. Have them handy. You go to get your car serviced, perfect time to meditate. It's amazing. Put your little earphone things in and earbuds, buds, and turn on a meditation. You can choose on that app how much time you have. So if you're, say, sitting in your car, parked, waiting for the kids to get out of school, you're 5 minutes early, plug in. You can do it right there and then. Choose a little meditation that's 5 minutes or less. Just that little bit is so powerful and so enriching. And there's also like talks and that sort of thing on there too. So if you're just driving, flip on a talk about something. You can choose what you want to here. You go first with whether you want a meditation or a talk, or if you're looking for a particular speaker on there, and then you can choose your time frame. This is how much time I have. Getting your car serviced, just 20 minutes, 30 minutes. It's amazing how fast the time will fly. And you put those earbuds in and you start listening, and everything else will drown out around you. Just get there, get centered, get focused, listen really carefully, and it will take you away, and the time will go like that. I mean, isn't that awesome? I mean, I hate wasting time. I hate sitting idly, waiting for something, anything. And so for me, it's been a lifesaver. But start small and build from there. Today's affirmation from our 40-day is, today I consciously commune with the divine substance of love. I am enfolded in its presence and consumed by its beauty. So, may today you be enfolded by its presence and consumed by its beauty. Thank you for being here this morning. Have a great day. Peace and blessings. I will see you tomorrow on Hump Day, 7:30-ish. Love you guys. Thank you.